How do I talk to my boss about my caregiving responsibilities? Maybe you're managing medications, appointments, your loved one's safety, and you're still trying to show up at work like everything's fine. But here's the truth, caregiving is your second job. And if your boss doesn't know, they can't support you, or they might just think you're just distracted. It's time for you to have that conversation that could change everything. In this video, I'm going to talk through how to talk to your employer about your caregiving responsibilities without guilt, without shame, without oversharing. I'm going to give you the steps, the language to use, the ways to protect your job while getting the flexibility that you need. I'm Dr. Anna Thomas. I'm a physician, TEDx speaker, founder of Life Care Leadership, which is a space that helps caregivers stop just surviving and start leading. I created this podcast, The Age of Caregiving, to give caregivers like you the tools, structure, and support to lead care with clarity. Whether you're navigating a new diagnosis or juggling care on top of everything else, you're not alone. Please remember, everything I share here is for educational purposes only. Always consult your healthcare provider for any personal medical advice. If you're feeling stretched and thin and overwhelmed by caregiving, please join my Thrive and Lead Masterclass. It is designed to help you move from survival mode into confident caregiving leadership without losing yourself in the process. You'll find the link below. Let's talk about why this work conversation matters. Over 1 in 4 adults in America are also family caregivers, but most of us stay silent. We work through exhaustion, we hide emergencies, we skip benefits that we are legally entitled to. We fear judgment, discrimination, or even job loss. But here's the thing, you cannot get support for something that you never talk about. Opening this dialogue is a step towards sustainability, not weakness. Step 1, you need to know your rights and your workplace benefits. Before the conversation, gather key info. Do you qualify for FMLA? That's the Family and Medical Leave Act. Does your workplace offer anything that sounds close to caregiver leave or flex time? Is there an employee assistance program that is part of your benefits? Are you allowed to use PTO or sick time for caregiving? Look at your HR handbook or whatever's in the intranet regarding your HR policies. Knowing what is allowed will give you more confidence and clarity when you speak up. Step 2, before you enter the conversation, you need to decide what you want from it. Go in with a goal. What kind of support are you asking for? For example, maybe you're looking for a temporary adjustment to your schedule. Maybe you're looking for flexibility to work remotely a couple of days a week. Maybe you're looking for protected time off because you have a major appointment or your loved one's going to have a surgery. Understanding what your goals are really important. You don't have to disclose everything. You just have to focus on what's relevant. This next step is to pick the right time and the person. If possible, request a short private meeting, not a hallway update, in a private space. So try asking for a 15-minute time period just to talk about something that's affecting my schedule. If you feel safer going to HR or someone besides your direct supervisor, that's okay. Start where you feel more supported. Step 4, I'm going to give you a 3-part structure for the conversation that's going to help you stay professional, clear, and calm. So first, share briefly what's happening. You don't need to go into all the details, but something like this. I'm the primary caregiver for my mom who's having serious health issues. I'm managing appointments, medications, care transitions while I'm continuing to work. Then reassure them of your commitment. I'm committed to my work and I want to stay on top of my responsibilities. I've been managing both roles the best that I can. Then ask for specific flexibility or specific support. What I'd appreciate is the ability to flex my hours slightly on days where I have major appointments, or the ability to work remotely 1 day a week when needed. I'm happy to plan ahead and communicate this clearly. This lets you lead the conversation. You're not just reacting to pressure. Now, what if they react poorly? It happens. Not every boss has gone through caregiving. Not every boss understands caregiving, but you still have some options. Stay calm and professional. You don't need to defend or over-explain. re-emphasize your intention and commitment to the job, and maybe consider asking to involve HR if needed. Document the conversation afterwards. If you're being denied your rights or feel unsafe, talk to your HR department or maybe a legal expert. Remember, you don't have to walk through this alone. Now, what if they respond well? Great. Follow up with a thank you email that confirms any new expectations. Thanks again for taking the time to talk about my caregiving situation. I appreciate the flexibility to adjust my start time on Mondays and Thursdays, and I will keep communicating in advance whenever possible. Keeps everyone clear as to what was discussed and agreed upon. Let's talk about when to revisit the conversation, because caregiving evolves, and so should your workplace plan. You may need to recheck in if there's a new diagnosis or a change in health, when your loved one moves to a different care setting, because then your job role, your responsibilities may change. If your job role at work changes, that's also another time to revisit it. And after you've tested a new schedule and you want to adjust it. So let the conversation evolve just like your caregiving role does. And if you've ever wondered, how much help do I really need at home right now? Take the Care Needs Analysis training. It will give you the answer. It will walk you step by step through how much you need, how to assess the care needs, how many hours of help you need, what type of help. That way you can match it to real support options. You'll find the link in the description below. Now, you spent so much time showing up for others. It is time for you to speak up for yourself, because you can't give your best at work or at home if you're constantly shrinking or burning out. Remember, you're not asking for special treatment. You're asking for a sustainable life. And that's not just brave, it's smart. You're leading care, and it's time that others see it too. Now, if setting boundaries and asking for support feels hard, go back and watch How Do I Stop Caregiver Burnout Before It Happens. Remember, you are more than just a giver of care. You are a leader of care. This is the age of caregiving, and together we can lead it with strength, courage, and compassion.